that down, let's move on to this, shall we? You know, on my show, I try to avoid all the celebrity drama, TMZ, lowest common denominator bullcrap as I can. The only time I'll ever address it is if, like, one of these stories is going to have a direct impact on a film we have coming out. For example, back during the Amber Heard and Johnny Depp stuff, we would address it here and there because we had two major films being impacted. The Harry Potter universe film that Johnny Depp was going to be a part of and then was pulled out of. And Amber Heard had the Aquaman movie coming out, which could be affected and stuff like that. And so we would address it on that level. In recent months, you guys know there's been this Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively drama going on, to which we have not talked about it on our show. And whenever people, and believe me, it happened often, why are you talking about this? It's like, I don't know, because I'm not a 65-year-old grandmother sitting on the shores of Florida and I need something to gossip about.
Right.
But whatever, it's not actual movie news. But one of the things I would often respond is, this has anything to do with any upcoming movies we have right now. If it's not something I talk about. Well, something happened, and I decided today, because I never actually said that on the show. So I decided today just to use it as a doorway to kind of address it for a second and then put it to bed. I'm never going to talk about this again. But according to a story now in all the major trades, including gleefully on the New York Times, a judge has now dismissed Justin Baldoni's lawsuits, both against Blake Lively and the New York Times. Now, it read this in Deadline. A judge on Monday dismissed Justin Baldoni's $400 million defamation lawsuit against Hollywood power couple Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds. Mike Gottlieb, I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that name, called the ruling, quote unquote, a total victory and a complete vindication. As we have said from day one, this $400 million lawsuit was a sham and the court saw right through it. The judge also granted a motion to dismiss by the New York Times. Baldoni had sued the New York Times, who was the first to report on Lively's allegations of sexual harassment for $250 million for libel, claiming that the newspaper published an article rife with inaccuracies. So the judge also dismissed that lawsuit as well. Now, something that needs to be pointed out, as in most civil litigation cases. Remember, this is not a criminal case. This is civil litigation. As happens in most civil litigation, there is going to be an opportunity for Baldoni to, well, he's been excluded from several of the complaints he brought, but there are still a couple of the complaints he brought that the judge said, and this is not unusual, hey, you can refile, but you're going to have to change it because the way it is, you don't, so you're welcome to refile. And I think Baldoni's lawyer said, we're going to march forward. They always say that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So maybe this is over, maybe it's not. Now, I bring this up because there's no opinion for me here. I have nothing to offer. This is just a factual thing that factually happened. It's not a he said, she said. It's not up for interpretation.
Right.
Something happened here. A judge dismissed this. That's where we're at. Now, again, because this was just a factual thing, I decided in this one instance to address this on the show. I've addressed it on social media. I've addressed it when people commented, but I'll address it here. I don't talk about this stuff. This has nothing to do with the movies. This has nothing to do with any large movie or whatever we have coming out. I avoid all this TMZ nonsense. Now, here's the other thing, though. Let's say I did decide that I want to play I want to be TMZ for a second. Let's talk about celebrity drama, which has nothing to do with movies. But let's say I wanted to be that pathetic. And I wanted to do that. Here's the thing. Even if I wanted to weigh in on this, I am clearly have a conflict of interest in this story. I clearly do. Right? Like, even if I was, and I would have been, if I was going to give commentary on this, I would just give my completely honest appraisal. But even if I was just giving my complete honest appraisal of all the news going on around the lawsuits, the reality is for 3+ years, one of Ryan Reynolds' companies, Mint Mobile, was our daily main sponsor of the John Campea Show.
Right.
Something I do not hide, and something that everybody knows. Therefore, even if I ever did, they were saying, John, you need to weigh in on this. You need to talk about this. Number one, no, I fucking don't. But number two, even if I did, nobody would take, rightfully so, nobody would take anything I said seriously about it, because I have received indirectly a lot of money from Ryan Reynolds and his company. So if I got on and tried to give any kind of nuanced opinion, thought, balanced observation, whatever, unless I came out on my show and said, Justin Baldoni should be elected Pope. He is the greatest man to ever live, and his integrity is unquestioned. Like, unless I did that, people would understandably have called my observations of it into question, because I clearly do have a conflict of interest.
Yeah.
So, number one, why would you want my opinion on the Justin Baldoni fuck twit lawsuit that's going on, which I think most lawsuits are? But I mean, why would you even want my opinion of it? And then, even if you begged me for it and I gave it to you, you just wouldn't believe my opinion anyway, because I clearly do have a conflict of interest. So I decided to use this headline as a Trojan horse as a way to get on and say, hey, this is just the fact. This is what happened. Nothing for me to interpret. Judge ruled this. Could get refiled. Might not. Who knows what happens in the future? I'm not going to give an opinion. And then use this as an opportunity to explain again why this is the last time I'm ever going to address this, because it has nothing to do with what the content of my show is. And even if I wanted to comment on it, I have a conflict of interest. And I don't know how stupid you'd have to be to not get that. So that's the end of that. Leaving it at that. I'm giving no opinion one way or the other. Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, who said what, who did what to who touched what. I give no opinion, no insight, because I don't know. I wasn't there and I wasn't in the room. And even if I wanted to play armchair quarterback, I clearly have a conflict of interest. Therefore, anything I have to say on it can't be taken at face value. And I acknowledge that. And so why would you want to hear from me on that? We want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Stitch Fix. Guys, you know I love movies, but you also know I have absolutely no fashion sense, and I absolutely hate shopping for my clothes. But thankfully, I have found a better way. Stitch Fix online personal styling makes it easy. With Stitch Fix, I get a stylist who understands my style, size, and budget, and they do all the shopping for me. Because look, shopping and figuring out style can be overwhelming, especially for somebody like me. When it comes to getting dressed, I don't even know where to start, to be honest. That's why I love having a Stitch Fix stylist. They really know what works for me. I get pieces that make me look great, and it's a real confidence boost. You just give your stylist your size, style, and budget preferences. You get to order boxes when you want and how you want, no subscription required. They send you personalized pieces, and the fit is always on point. No stores, no crowds, no stress. Just personalized looks that you will love. So guys, make style easy. Get started today at stitchfix.com/Campea. That's stitchfix.com/Campea. Anyway.
I do think everybody should watch Age of Adeline, though. If you want to see a wonderful movie that stars Blake Lively, you'll fall in love with her, and Harrison Ford's in it.
And the first Simple Favor. Really good. Really good.
Yeah.
But again, just because I like her a lot as an actress doesn't mean I have evidence proving she's right about everything, right? Not at all. So anyway, that's the full extent of any commentary I'm going to give on this story, or ever will give on this story, for that matter. It's just what it is. So we're going to leave it at that. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure you like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget, we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and subscribe to it today so it'll be there when you need it.